Mic check. Okay, there we go. Should be able to hear me now. All right. Gonna get started in about 30 seconds. Boom. Okay. We got Instagram up, Facebook up, YouTube is up, TikTok is up. Okay. What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Super excited today. As I'm excited to have everybody join me. Let me know where you tapping in from. As a matter of fact, uh, let me know where you tapping in from. All right. Glad to have everybody join in today. Today's topic, we're going to talk about how you can leverage your credit to secure $50,000 in funding. All right. And this is a really important topic for everybody that's watching this live. I mean, besides the fact that obviously you would have interest in this by watching this live, but, you know, learning how to access funding is critical nowadays, ladies and gentlemen. you know, and it could be a game changer for you, whether you're looking to pay off some debt to be able to go ahead and improve your financial situation. You know, can be the game changer that could really be able to go ahead and put you in position for your business in 2025, right? All right. Uh, so again, I'm super excited about this. I'm going to share with you guys 4 simple, actionable steps you can take to be able to go ahead and leverage your credit to be able to go ahead and get $50,000 in funding for yourself. So, I know some of you guys probably thinking right now, hey, Wes, how can I get 50,000 in funding? Pretty sure you guys see this on social media all the time. A lot of people promoting different options and out ways to be able to get $100,000, 150,000, and 150,000 in funding, but 9 times out of 10 they're gatekeeping, or they're not giving you the full recipe on how you can actually do it. Well, guess what? I'm going to, in this live, break it down step by step. So don't worry, I'm going to walk it through you. I'm going to walk you through it. So by the end of this stream, you will be able to know exactly what you need to do to get started, as well as what steps you need to take to be able to go ahead and unlock funding for yourself, right? And hold on, let me get this. There we go. Okay, so you can be able to go ahead and get funding for yourself. So, by the end of the stream, you'll have all the ingredients, all the recipes that you need. And of course, if you still need more help, if you still need more resources and knowledge, don't worry. Okay, I got you. Um, at the end, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a way how you'll be able to tap in and get more access, more resources as well too. So, first things first, before we get into it, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. If you haven't had the opportunity or the pleasure of joining my YouTube channel, definitely do so. This is the channel Respect My Blueprint podcast, where I give you guys sauce, game, and the blueprint to be able to go ahead and learn about business, funding, entrepreneurship, and everything like that. So also, once you join, put on your bell notification, because I am going to start going live every single week for the rest of this month, to be able to go ahead and build up for the upcoming event, which I'm going to talk more about when, I want to get straight into it. I don't want to go too much into a ramble without getting straight into it. Right. All right. So if you're in the chat, go ahead and drop a comment. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. TikTok, let me know what's up. Let me feel your energy and your presence out there. Instagram, what it is. All right. Let me know where you from. Queen Queenie, what's going on? What's new? How you doing, girl? It's been a long time we tapped in. Let me know where you tap. Obviously, Philly, right? North Philly in the building. That's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. Facebook, YouTube. Let me know what's going on. All right. So super excited for today's live. We're gonna get straight into it. Um, so what we're gonna cover today, guys, is the importance of credit, how to be able to leverage it to get over $50,000 in funding for yourself, right? And this is dope. Whether you want to get into real estate, want to get into investments, there's going to be a lot of great investments you guys should be able to check out over the next 2-3 years, right? Despite what your personal feelings are politically, there's going to be some opportunities out there, all right? And I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step guide to be able to go ahead and access all of this. So, but the first thing before we get into the funding part, right? Before we get into the funding part, we need to, of course, start off to have a real good understanding of what it would takes to be able to get 50,000 in funding, right? Because banks are just not going to sit here and give anybody $50,000 in funding just purely on the basis of you have a business idea or there's something that you want to accomplish or a goal or a dream, right? It's got to be more substantial than that. And what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, is putting yourself in position to be able to receive this $50,000 in funding. I mean, there's many different things we could go into, but for the sake of brevity, we're going to go ahead and try to limit this live mindset and everything like that. Having sorry, business plan and some of these things we're going to touch on, but we're going to get straight into the meat and potatoes of the things that you need to do, how you would need to position yourself to be able to receive the $50,000 in funding. If you would like to receive or know how to receive $50,000 in funding, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat that you would like to learn how to be able to receive $50,000 in funding and in 4 easy steps. Well, I wanted to say easy. There's some work that has to be done because I am looking for action takers. I'm looking for people that's willing to take action. But if you more than likely you're not in a position right now to receive $50,000 in funding, which is why you're watching this live. So if you're willing to go ahead and put in the work and take action, let me know in the chat. So I know we have people that are ready to be able to go ahead and take this information, take take action of this value that I'm going to be dropping with you guys. Okay. So first things first, right? Which goes without saying, to be able to go ahead and position yourself for 50,000 in funding. Let me make sure here. Table legs is all right. We don't need the workstation crashing on us, right? All right. So first thing first, before you're able to go ahead and put yourself in position, there's a few things that you need to have in order. Number one is strong personal credit profile. A strong personal credit profile, right? Now, I hope you guys picked up. I didn't say a strong personal credit score. I said a strong personal credit profile. TikTok, you picked up on that? All right. Instagram, let me know. You picked up on that strong personal credit profile. All right. And there's a big difference, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit before we get into it. Second thing, you also need to have your business properly structured, like Queen Philly said right in the chat right there, right? Properly structure their business first. Yes, that goes hand in hand. All right. So these are some of the things and some of the examples that a lot of people have misconceptions about. There's myths out there. There's a lot of different information that's going out right now. Your influencers are telling you different things and you just maybe confused on what direction to go. Well, guess what? We're going to make this very simple, but it is important to understand that you must have these things in place before you're able to go ahead and and attempt to access or put yourself in a position to receive the 50,000 in funding, right? So first things first, okay, let's talk about the credit. And mind you, because I started off by saying you must have a strong credit profile. Building out your credit, so having a strong credit profile. Now, who here can tell me what a strong profile should look like? If you know what a strong credit profile should look like, type in the chat and let me know. Let me know if you know what a strong credit profile should look like. Okay. Nehemiah, what's going on? What's going on, brother? How you doing? I think my Nehemiah, he's part of the Credit the Game Academy, which that was, something I wanted to share. If you guys, again, if you want to be able to access more information like this, more tips like this, I do have an academy that you can be part of, that you'll be able to have exclusive access to myself, my resources, my team, and be able to get some of the in-depth game that I'm going to be sharing with you guys today. You definitely also want to stay to the end of this live, because at the end of the live, I'm going to be sharing with you. At the end of this live, I'm going to share one bank that you guys could be able to go ahead and go into and get $50,000 in funding just by following the 4 steps I'm going to share with you today. Yes. All right. I'm going to say it again. I'm at the end of this live, I'm going to share with you one bank that you can go ahead and walk into and be able to go ahead and access $50,000 in funding strictly by following the steps I'm going to go ahead and share with you. All right. 650 or better. Yes. Got to have a 6. Well, 6'8" TikTok. I'm not, this is the male B John. It's actually 680. 650 ain't gonna get you nowhere, girl. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. All right? Let's not play with the people out here. Okay. We got to get it up to a 680 or better, right? But making sure you listen on 411 virtual address. Okay. Queen Philly, man, you dropping too much sauce in the chat right now. I got to stay out the chat. Let me stay in line right now. You're giving people all the sauce right now, okay? But I like it. I love it. That means that you're ready to go ahead and you know some of this already, so you got a cheat code, but we like that. I like people that's not gatekeeping. I love it, right? But first things first, understand what your credit profile is. All right. Now, what your credit profile, how your credit profile needs to look. I'm going to go ahead and go over these very quickly. Number one, you want to make sure that you have 99% or higher payment history. Payment history is the top dog when it comes to your credit profile. 99 or preferably 100% payment history. Okay. No derogatory remarks. That means no collections, no charge-offs. You can't have any of that. Low utilization, preferably 10% or lower. Okay. Which I know sometimes it's hard to be able to go ahead and maintain a 10% utilization balance, but there's strategies and tips on how you can be able to do so. Especially when it's time for the lender to check your credit report. At that time, you want to make sure your credit utilization as at 10% or lower, right? The other 29 days that you're not having your credit pulled, you can have your utilization on wherever, but the time they're going to go ahead and pull your credit, that's when you want to have it at 10%, which again, we'll talk more about that as well too. But you need to have impeccable payment history, flawless payment history, 100%. Need to have a 10% utilization, zero derogatory remarks, zero derogatory remarks, or marks, not remarks, zero derogatory marks. Number four, you need to make sure that you have a good credit mix. Some of you thinking, hey, what do you mean by that good credit mix? What I mean is having a mixture of revolving and installment trade lines. I have clients that's in our community right now who we're attempting to get them funding. They've gotten denied strictly because they only have revolving trade lines, which is revolving. That's your typical, your credit cards. If you have nothing but credit cards on your credit report, more than likely you're going to get denied for this type of funding. You need to have some installment loans, whether it's an auto loan, mortgage, student loan, personal loan, business loan, doesn't matter. You need to have a mixture of both of them. And last but not least, have no more than 2 inquiries within a 12-month period. That is the ideal. Oh, and one more thing, I'm sorry, having at least 2 years or higher credit history. 2 years or higher credit history. So those are the 6 data points of a perfect profile that you need to have in place to position yourself to be able to receive $50,000 in funding. And it's not just to be able to receive 50,000 in funding from this particular bank I'm going to share with you guys, but that's going to be the standard requirement across all banks nowadays. All banks nowadays. All right. So what that means is, as you may not be aware of this, we're transitioning into a new administration. We're transitioning to a new economy. Not to get into politics and everything like that, but banks are going to start tightening their belts if they haven't done so already. If you're not up on social media or if you haven't witnessed it firsthand, banks are cutting credit limits, right? Banks are also putting more due diligence on their underwriting when it comes to approving individuals with high credit limits. Banks are now taking a more intense look at your business credit report and not strictly your personal credit report when it comes to approving individuals for business funding. Guys, this is not the days of 5-10 years ago where you just needed a DUNS number, right? Get a DUNS number or get some what they call it, net 30 accounts, right? And that could be the secret key to be able to get you funding. Those days are over with. That has been so played out nowadays, and I don't see that era coming back again. As a matter of fact, if you guys are following any type of mentor or influencer that's suggesting that you guys go that route, I would run, run far away from that, because they're still using outdated strategies that don't play any bearing today on on 2025 on how to be able to position yourself to get significant funding. You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, type in the chat or let me know right now. I'll bring you onto this live right now. If you could tell me one lender that's going to ask for your DUNS number when they're considering your business application for funding. Lenders don't even ask for that no more, right? So those are the 6 data points when it comes to positioning yourself to be able to access funding. I'm going to go over it one more time for those who haven't caught it or just now joining the live. Number 1, you want to make sure you have 100% payment history. Number 2, you want to make sure that you have 10% or 10% or below utilization. Some say 30, I'm going to say 10. All right. Number 3, have 0 derogatory marks on your credit report, free from any collections, charge-offs, or anything of within that nature there. Number 4, having 2 years or more payment history, preferably 4 or 5 years is the sweet spot, but 2 years is what you really want to aim for. All right. Number 5, have a credit mix of revolving and installment lines of credit. And last but not least, number 6, also having 2 or less inquiries within a 12-month period. That's the profile that you need. A question. So someone wants to help fix my credit. What would they need? My ID and SSP. Poetic Royalty, send me a DM and I'll be able to help you out. Again, I do have a community where we can help fix, build, and leverage yourself for funding. Of course, the key starting point is being able to go ahead and build out your credit profile and your score. All right. But send me a DM and I'll send you an invite to join our community where we can go ahead and help you get you on point with your credit. All right. But once you guys have your profile on point, now it's time to get to the nitty gritty. My bad. Got tongue twisted there for a second, right? It's time to get to the nitty gritty. All right. And these are the 4 steps you will need to be able to go ahead and position yourself to get $50,000 in funding once you have went ahead and build out your profile. First things first, and this is very easy. The first step, guys, is calculating how much do you need. Calculating how much that you actually need. And I feel this is very important because before you apply for funding, you need to determine how much you need and how you're going to be able to use it. Make sure your goals aligns with the ultimate funding amount that you're looking for. Too many times I see people are wide-eyed to the getting the funding, but they have no game plan on what to do with it. That's why you have to have a business plan, right? That's why you have to have a business plan. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me know in the chat right now if you currently right now, whether you're just now starting out or aspiring to be, or you're already an established entrepreneur, let me know if you right now have a business plan for your business. And it doesn't matter whether it's a side hustle, whether you're an Airbnb, Turo, like Queen Philly said, Airbnb, Turo, real estate, wholesaling, whatever it is. Do you have a business plan for your side hustle? Because this is where many of us has failed, right? There's a cliche that I can't remember which famous person says this, but failing to plan is planning to fail, right? So before you even get to the point of trying to walk into anybody's bank and asking them for money, make sure you have a business plan in place, guys. Make sure you definitely have a business plan in place, right? Because this is your blueprint. Hence the word behind me, right? This is your blueprint. That's going to help you not only make sure that when you secure this bag, that you don't blow the bag, but you're also strategically are putting yourself in a position to be able to use this money, leverage it, to be able to grow and scale your business. Okay. Sorry, guys. Drink a lot of water. So I take some water breaks every now and then, right? So that's the first step, guys. And if you want to, and if you don't have a business plan, don't worry. Don't worry. All right. The first piece of free game I'm going to give you right now to be able to go ahead and check this box off is go directly to the SBA's website, which if you don't know, the SBA is the Small Business Administration. Go directly to the SBA's website and you'll be able to go ahead and get a free template on how to create a business plan. If you still don't know how to create a business plan with that, guess what? Go to Chat GPT. Again, like I said, I need action takers in this live here. I need people who's serious. So we're not going to take anybody who's going to give any excuses. Having a business plan is necessary, guys. Some some banks may not ask it. Most banks probably won't ask it, but this is something that you need internally for your business. It's like having a constitution or quote unquote Bible for your business, having this business plan. So again, you could go to Chat GPT or go directly to the SBA's website, the Small Business Administration. Navigate the website to the business plan section, and they have two templates you can be able to choose from to be able to go ahead and build out your business plan. All right. And again, if you would like for me to sit down and go over your business plan with you to make sure that you have all the I's dotted and T's crossed, let me know. Send me a DM, and I could go ahead and have you join the community, and we can go ahead and sit down and have that discussion, right? But that's the first step, number one. If you think about it, man, this is pretty simple so far. There's only 3 more steps after this, and the first step is pretty much, no, really no money out your pocket unless you want to upgrade to the paid version of Chat GPT, which is only $20 a month, but which I encourage you to. But nevertheless, the first step really is not costing you any much more than energy. The second step you need to take to be able to leverage your credit for $50,000 in funding is building your personal credit. I want everybody to write that down. Building your personal credit. Now, this goes hand in hand of what I was just talking about earlier as far as making sure that you have your profile in order, right? But again, when I speak about your profile, that's your overall picture of your credit. And of course, what most people are focused on and aware of and more knowledge about is their credit score. So for this step right here, when I say building your personal credit, we are going to go ahead and reference building your credit score, because of course that is still the metric that this bank is going to use, and most banks are going to use to be able to make the decision of approving you or denying you for funding, right? And what do I mean by building your personal credit? You want to make sure that you are building your personal credit to at least 680 or higher. You know what? I'm not going to say 680, 700. 700. You hear me out there, TikTok? 700. All right. But there's a side note here. There's a side note here that I left out that I need. I'll make sure you guys understand here. And I mentioned this earlier, and I want you guys to pay attention to this part. All right. It's not just building your personal credit, but also building your business credit as well, too. Yeah. Make sure, Queenie, we're going to get there. Yes, we're going to get there. But we want to make sure you understand that you have to build your personal and business credit. And what I mean by your business credit, we're going to talk about this a little bit here. We're talking about your Equifax business score, your Experian business score, and your SBFE business score. Now, I know probably you guys are asking like, damn, Wes, okay, hold on, man. I don't even know how to check my business credit report, or I don't even know what my business credit score is, or I wouldn't even know how to build my business credit. I've just, all my life just hearing about personal credit. Like, hold on, man, you throwing me for a loop right now. What's all this business credit stuff? Now, building your business credit, of course, guys, is largely going to be synonymous to the same steps you would take to building your personal credit. But of course, on the flip side, you would just be doing it on the business realm. All right. So let's talk about it. How would you build your personal credit? Number one, making sure those 6 data points that I covered earlier are intact, that you have the perfect profile, or uh, yeah, the perfect profile to be able to put yourself in position to build your personal credit. Making sure your credit score is at a 680 or 700. Then once you have your personal credit on point, free of all any derogatory items, then you want to go ahead and apply for a mixture of credit. And then once you approve for that credit, be responsible with this credit so it is reporting positively on your credit report. So put it on the flip side. Let's talk about the business. Same thing. Making sure the 6 data points of your personal credit still on point the same way. Making sure your personal credit score, your personal credit score is at 700 or higher. And then applying for business credit cards, business lines of credit, business loans. Now, of course, there's a certain threshold that banks have where if you stay at or below this threshold, there's certain documentation that you do not have to produce in order to get approved for these lines of credit or credit cards. Typically, credit cards not a bit, but more lines of credit. Typically, that threshold is 25,000. When it comes to like credit unions, the bigger banks are 50,000. You want to stay at or below this threshold, because once you started going over this threshold, that's when they're going to start asking for 1 or 2 years of business and personal tax returns, profit and loss statements, financials, to dig a little more into the structure of your business, which we're going to cover as well too. But what I'm referring to on this second step right here is to position yourself to be able to go ahead and get up to that $50,000 in funding. Mind you, guys, this the key of this video here is how to leverage your credit to get up to 50,000 in funding. Getting over 50,000 in funding, that's a whole nother ball game. That's a whole nother video, which if you guys want me to do that, let me know. I'll go ahead and do another video, probably another live stream on that later on this week. But we're talking about $50,000 or less in funding. And I'm not talking about getting $1,000, $2,000 in funding. That right there, that plays no significance when it comes to making some moves and waves for your business. We're talking about at least getting approved for 20,000, 25, 30, $40,000 of funding. And here's the best part, guys. Here's the best part. Although I'm only sharing with you one bank today, you could do this. If you do this strategically, you'll be able to go ahead and access more funding because you can go to different banking institutions that pulls from different credit bureaus. Mind you, we're talking about 6 different credit bureaus here. 3 for personal side, 3 on the business side. Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion personally, and the business side, Experian Business, Equifax Business, and the SBFE. Although a lot of lenders are going to go ahead and combine the business and the personal, like they may check your Equifax and your personal Equifax. They may check your Experian and your personal Experian at the same time. But nevertheless, if you have a strong business credit score with one of the business credit bureaus, that can be the overpowering factor on whether they want to go ahead and approve you and versus, not relying so much on your personal credit. So although this video is only $50,000, guys, you could actually take this strategy and go ahead and multiply it and extrapolate it to be able to go ahead and receive more than $50,000 of funding. That's the point I want to say here. Okay. So step 2, making sure that you build your personal and your business credit profile. Right. So step number 3, which honestly, now that I think about it, this should have been step 2, which I'm going to go ahead and switch it up on the recap. But nevertheless, for the sake of keeping the flow of today's live stream going, we're just going to get straight into it. Step number 3 is making sure your business is properly structured. And I'm going to spend a little time on this because I feel like this is where a lot of people fall off at. This is where a lot of people right here really don't understand or don't get. Yes, Queenie. Definitely make sure you lock your credit when building your business so you don't get anything. Yes. See, Queenie don't play. As you can see, people in my community or people who I have worked with or helped got funding before know these strategies. They know what to do. They know these strategies. And not only do they know these strategies, as you can see, they're excited to share these strategies as well, too, because it has worked for them. What I'm sharing with you guys is nothing that's outdated, nothing that you have heard 5-10 years ago, nothing that you're gonna pick up on a Rich Dad Poor Dad book and everything with no pun intended or shade thrown against it, right? But that was a book that was written 15-20 years ago, right? We're talking about in 2025, in today's economy, today's age, what's relevant, what's the strategies to use today in today's world to be able to go ahead and get funding. So to get back to the point I'm trying to share, I wanted to share here, making sure your business is properly structured. Now, this right here is the very important part of this entire live because, this right here plays another major factor alongside of your credit score, right? And what I mean by that, and of course, many of us already know the basics already, making sure you have, your business properly registered, whether it's an LLC, corporation, S Corp, C Corp, whatever the case may be, making sure that your business is properly structured. I hope that's pretty much common knowledge. Nobody out here sitting here moving, thinking about they're going to go in and walk in one of these people's banks or credit unions, try to get funding, and they don't even have their business registered, right? Like, come on, like, we ain't gonna do that. All right, we ain't gonna get in there. So I'm just gonna assume anybody that's watching this live or that's going to watch this live already have their business properly structured. If your business ain't structured yet, God bless you. All right. So, but making sure your business is properly structured is first and foremost. Number 2, making sure that you have your EIN number, again, something that's pretty much well known and you should have already. EIN number, absolutely free. Go to the IRS website. Well, it's the only place you can really watch. There's other sites, there's third-party sites, but go to the IRS's website, get your EIN number, which is equivalent to your social security number for your business, right? But before you do all of that, let me back up because I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna act like you don't. I'm gonna act like you're someone who don't have this already. So your business is not properly structured, right? I'm gonna go through the steps. First things first. Go on GoDaddy and secure the domain name for your business. That's first things first. Do not register your business first. Let me take that back. make sure that you have the domain name first. All right. Pay the $10, $15 per year. Make sure you get the domain, which is very important because it's going to be very discouraging and disheartening if you go ahead and go through the steps of registering your business, getting your business set up, getting the EIN number to find out now when it's time to build your online presence that somebody has already secured the domain name. All right. Now you got to sometime backtrack and undo things as far as the corporate paperwork that you could have avoided if you took the proper first steps of securing the domain name first. So first thing you want to do is secure the domain name. Once you have secured the domain name, make sure that you also have secured the social media handles and everything that orbits around that domain name, which is your Gmail, the social media handles. These are things you want to have in place before you even make the first step of registering the domain, registering your business. So I hope you guys are paying attention to this. If you haven't started your business, or if you have already, make sure that if you haven't done so already, secure the domain name for your business. Even if you don't have the website built, at least get the domain name, because of course, moving further along in this video, you're going to need to, of course, have the website built, right? So once you have your domain name, once you have the social media handles all set up, pretty much your online presence ready to go, then you want to go ahead and work on the corporate structure of the business, getting the business structure registered. Get your LLC registered, get your EIN number. Right? Once you have done that, now you pretty much have gotten a lot of the heavy lifting out the way. The next step that you want to do, now you want to be able to go ahead and get your business website established. Go ahead and get your business website established. Now, there's a lot of inexpensive options out there. Sorry about that. Whether you go to Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, I highly encourage you guys, for $150, $200, very inexpensive freelancer websites you guys could check out, like Fiverr or Upwork, and they'll be able to go ahead and build your business website. Right, Queen Philly, no Gmail. The Gmail is important to register the social media handles. The Gmail, Queenie, is for the social media handles. Because, of course, you're still going to need the professional email. I'm going to get into that, right? But the professional email sometimes is going to be very clunky and a lot of steps to do things like two-factor codes and everything like that. If, to recover your social media account and everything like that, I always recommend you setting up a Gmail. The first step, setting up a Gmail for your company, as that is going to be for your passwords for a lot of the things that you're going to need. Passwords for the professional email, password for your business phone number, the password for the social media, the password for your business website, right? So this is going to serve as the login credentials. That's the reason why I say Gmail. But Queenie, you're absolutely right. You don't want to use the Gmail as the consumer-facing email for your business. So this is not going to be the email you're going to give to banks or put on loan applications or put on your website or anything like that. The Gmail is strictly going to be used for security and login purposes that you need to be able to go ahead and access all of the things that you're building out for your business. So for largely, so definitely keep that in mind, right? But once you have your business websites established, you've went to Fiverr, built your business website, make sure that you have a professional email established for your business as well too. Set up a business phone number for your business. Again, there's inexpensive options out there. Uh Grasshopper, whatever the case may be, Ring Central. There's a lot of very inexpensive options out there. Next step, setting up a virtual address. Setting up a virtual address, guys. All right. Now, there's a lot. I'm not going to sit here and advocate or share any resources on virtual addresses out there because, there's a lot of mixed reviews on some of the virtual address providers out there. Some people would tell you one virtual address provider will get flagged. Some of them are, you know, yeah, they'll be flagged by banks and everything like that. My my suggestion to you, okay, make sure before you sign up with a virtual address provider that you do your due diligence. You do your due diligence. All right. You do your due diligence. I use Regis. It's quite a bit on the expensive side, but you pay for what you get. Some of these virtual mailbox services, that's $5.99, $6.99, $9 a month. Hey, yeah, they are being flagged. I'm not gonna lie, they are being flagged. But I'm not gonna sit here and let you, if you're able to structure all of the other data points of your business, you should be able to go ahead and overcome this right here. But for the most part, do your due diligence when it comes to the virtual address. This is your business, guys. Listen, you got to be able to wanting to make an investment into your business. This video is how to leverage your credit for $50,000 in funding, not how to leverage your credit for $50,000 in funding the cheap way. Like this is if you're looking to do this the cheap inexpensive way, listen, though, which could, and the reason why I laugh and say about that, because honestly I really want the audience and you ladies and gentlemen to escape that mindset, having that scarcity mindset, having that not willing to take risk mindset, having that mindset of not investing in yourself. If you're truly serious about your business, if your business is not a hobby or your side hustle is not a hobby, this is a true business or an entrepreneurial endeavor that you're wanting to undertake. Listen, it is going to require some coins, some investment in your part. It's going to require some coins, guys. Let me just keep it real with you. All right. So if you're not willing to invest into yourself and into your business, you are severely limiting and restricting yourself and the amount that you can be, or the potential that you could reach to be able to achieve for your business. All right. So step 3, we're still into structuring our business. I've been on this particular point for quite some time. Maybe I've rambled a little bit here, but I really want to go ahead and nail down the point as far as making sure your business is properly structured. Again, guys, do not walk into these people's bank and your business and you don't have all of these boxes checked. You should have a business plan in place. You should have your business properly structured, and you should have your personal and business credit built out. These are the first 3 things that you need before you're able to even think about getting any type of funding. Before you can think of getting any type of business funding for yourself. And a lot of this is self-explanatory. Some of it is not, right? Some of us, we may not be aware of it because of the new time frame that we're in right now, the new era that we're in. Some of this, we just, maybe we've been fire hosed with a lot of information, so we don't know what to believe, right? And a lot of, it's like you get the fire hose, right? Most of the water ends up just falling out. You only get a little bit. So I get it. But that's why I decided to put this live together to share with you guys. Just break it down in 4 easy steps where it's digestible for you. And if you follow these steps and you'll be able to do a rinse and repeat process, guess what? You'll be able to go ahead and strategically run up a bag with this. You'll be able to strategically run up a bag on this. You hearing me out there, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? You guys hearing me on this? If you follow this strategy and do a rinse and repeat, and what I mean by rinse and repeat, doing this for each of the 3 credit bureaus, knowing which lender that they pull from, I mean which bureau the lender pulls from, you'll be able to go ahead and stack your funding to be able to get 50,000 here, 50,000 here, 50,000 there. But of course, I'm not championing and advocating this unless you have a business plan in place, so you know exactly what you need and what to do with this money. And so, therefore, as soon as you get this bag, you know exactly how you're going to allocate each of the funds of this money that you're going to get as well, too. All right. Yes, Queenie says here, you will get denied fast doing the cheap way. I need to stay off the chat. I need to stay off the chat. Oh man. But yes, Queenie is right. You gonna get denied messing around the cheap way. We definitely don't want to do that, right? All right. But all seriousness, guys, right? All seriousness. Make sure you have these 3 steps in place before you will go ahead and take the step of positioning yourself for funding. All right. So now we've reached 3/4 of the way of the 4-step blueprint. Cover the first 3 steps. This is the best part now. We've all built up to this last part right here. Step 4. This is where I get theatrical with you guys and everything like that, right? This is where I get up to build up, the hype. Right? Step 4. Once you have went ahead and structured your business, built out your business plan. Number 2, structured your business. Number 3, built out your personal and business credit profile. Step 4, apply. Yes, apply. That's it. You hear me out there, TikTok? You hear me out there, YouTube? That's it. Oh, hold on, man. I know y'all think y'all like, man, this damn bald headed Negro here. Yes, that's it. Seriously. What you guys was What you guys was expecting me to say? What? File your tax returns and profit and loss statements and P&L. No, man. Yo, listen, come on. Come on. Yes, that's important. Let me slow my roll a little bit here. That's important. That is necessary, right? But again, we are talking about touching to a certain threshold where those type of documentation does not need to come into play. Typically, guys, ladies and gentlemen, when you're applying for a higher limits of funding with banks and credit unions and lenders, and I'm talking 100,000, 250,000, $500,000. Yes, you are going to need a lot more documentation, a lot more financials to be able to get approved for funding. However, in the context of what we're talking about here, guys, you just simply need to follow these 4 steps here. And the last important step is applying. Now, there's some nuances when it comes to the application process because you want to make sure that number one, you're applying to the right lender. Number two, that you're teamed up with a mentor or a guide that could be able to go ahead and tap you in with someone in the bank or credit union. They call them BRMs, business relationship managers. You want to be able to make sure that you're aligned with someone who has access to a business relationship manager. So therefore, when they vouch for you or when they put their application in for you, they'll let you know, okay, these are the right data points that you need to put in your application. This is the person that you need to speak to, or matter of fact, I'll go ahead and speak to this person so they can reach out to you. So now when they submit your application to underwriting, you have a higher chance of approval. Not only do you have a higher chance of approval, but you're going to go ahead and get approved for a higher limit, a higher amount, versus if you were to try to do this on your own on the company's website, you would get a fraction of that amount. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down here? So yes, it's simple as applying, but there's nuances to the the application of it as well too. Now, of course, if you follow these 4 steps and if you just go off on your own to be able and apply on the bank's website, the credit union's website, yes, you're going to get approved. But why shortchange yourself and get a $5,000 approval, a $6,000, $10,000 approval, which then is going to be discouraging for all of the hard work and effort you took in building out your business, structuring your business, building out your credit profile, building out your personal credit report, building out your business credit report. You don't want to put all of that hard work and effort to be able to get halfway results. So that's why I said, the fourth and final phase is applying, but making sure that you are putting yourself in position to be able to apply the right way. Maserati, what's up? What's up? If you guys join in the live, let me know what's going on. We're going to wrap it up soon here. But if you join in the live, let me know what's up. Let me know where you're coming from, where you're pulling up from, so I can go ahead and give you a quick shout out. But that's the 4 steps right there, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to go ahead and leverage your credit for $50,000 at funding. Again, quick recap. Number 1, making sure that you have a business plan in place. You want to make sure that you have the blueprint on what you need to do to be able to secure the bag, and also how to leverage the bag as well too. Number 2, making sure that Number two, making sure that your business is properly structured. That means that you have all the necessary elements in place, right? You have your virtual address, you have your domain name, you have your professional email, you have your social media, your business phone number. You have all of these things in place. Also, making sure that your business is structured the right way. You know, uh, this play some quick bills right here. This is for entertainment purposes, right? This live is for entertainment purposes. Go ahead and get with an accountant, lawyer, or a professional to be able to go ahead and let you know what is the best structure for your business, whether it's an LLC, corporation, what type of corporation, S corp or C corp, whatever the case may be. But definitely, you want to make sure you follow through on that before you go ahead and go further along in positioning yourself for funding. Once you have done that, then it's time to work on your credit, personal and business side. Okay, most people are not aware of this. Like I'm going to re-emphasize this again. Make sure that you're building up your business credit alongside of your personal credit as well too. This is not the early 2000s, guys, where we just solely focus on personal credit, or we're just going to solely leverage our personal credit. That's not the case. Banks and lenders are now going to be looking at your business credit report to be able to determine whether they're going to approve you for funding. And again, this is all in the context of serious funding here we're talking about here, guys. Okay. Once you have done those three things, last thing is applying. Right? So that's pretty much to summarize everything, the steps you need to take, guys, to position yourself to get $50,000 in funding. And as promised, I'm going to share with you guys a bank that you could be able to tap into if you follow these 4 steps. If you follow these 4 steps, you could be able to go ahead and access $50,000 in funding. And this is a bank really nobody has been talking about in social media. Everybody talks about the Chase. Everybody talks about Navy Federal. Everybody talks about, you know, US Bank, whatever the case, but whatever the popular trend is nowadays, right? I tend not to follow that train and everything like that, because guess what? It ends up getting burnt out. It really ends up getting burnt out. This particular lender and bank that I'm referring to, guys, nobody's talking about it. A real hidden secret gem. And as a matter of fact, if you really want to know about this gem, I'm going to see who's serious in today's live, who's ready to go ahead and take action with these 4 steps and get $50,000 in funding for their business. If you want to be able to go ahead and take serious action, hold on, let me get TikTok on here. If you want to be able to take serious action, I have a community that you can join. I have a paid community and a free community. To get this gem, guess what? I'm not even going to do it to you guys. You can go ahead. I'm going to have you just join our free community so I can share with you the bank that you can be able to go ahead and access to get this $50,000 in funding. So in order to be able to do so, I need you to send me a DM, whether it's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or message me on YouTube. Send me a DM with the word funding. DM me the word funding, and I'm going to send you a link to be able to go ahead and join the community. and I could share with you this particular bank. If you follow these 4 steps, and this is just one of them, and not only am I going to share with you the bank to be able to get this initial funding, but the rinse and repeat strategy on how you be able to go ahead and go to the next lender, go to the next lender to be able to get double the amount, double dip, triple dip to be able to go ahead and get 100,000, even $150,000 or more in funding. So this will let me know that if you're ready, you're serious to be able to take action on this. All right. But I'm excited for those that was able to stay throughout this entire live stream. I want to thank you for tuning in. Listen, also, as you guys can see on the screen, if you're on, well, if you're on TikTok, you're not being able to see this, or on Instagram, you can see that only YouTube is able to see the background overlay. If you want to position yourself in 2025 to be able to go ahead and put yourself in a room with top-notch speakers to be able to go ahead and learn more information like this, to put yourself in position for unlocking financial freedom, building generational wealth, or to even build and grow your business, or learn more on how to build your business and personal credit, we are launching an exclusive event March 28th and 29th here in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. It is the Blueprint to Wealthy event. We have 6 action-packed speakers, all discussing financial literacy, money mindset, building generational wealth, how to build business credit, how to be able to go ahead and become your own bank. This is definitely, if you want to know more about how to be able to position yourself, I definitely encourage you to check out this event. You know, these are top-notch speakers in their field. Majority of them have been past speakers on my podcast. If you guys have been checking out my previous episode, have been following my journey the past year or so, a lot of the people that's speaking on the panel of this particular event is going to be has been past guests on my podcast. Having, like Dwayne Delavante, Kehendi Thomas. I have a husband and wife financial advisors that's going to be able to share some money mindset with you, game with you guys. Kehendi is going to share about, how to build generational wealth by being your own bank and life insurance. Dwayne, for those who don't know, he's the consumer law expert. I have Alistair Edwards, who is a growth and sales training leader, show you how to be able to go ahead and secure more sales for your business. This is definitely the event you do not want to miss. All right. So this is the first event this year we are launching. I am the one that's hosting the event. And we're going to have, several more events this year as well too. Right now, if you go on www.blueprintmovement.com, if you again www.blueprintmovement.com, enter the code wealth for 50% off tickets. So you'll be able to go ahead and catch this exclusive event to be able to go ahead and put you guys in the same proximity, same room as individuals that could take you to the next level. Listen, proximity is power, guys. Proximity is power. So, I put this event together to be able to go ahead and give value to you, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to go ahead and put yourself in position to, when you get gems like this, when you're able to secure $50,000 in funding, you're not blocking your blessings by not having the information or putting yourself in the position or putting yourself near people, places, and things to be able to grow and scale your business, right? But that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys today. Thanks for tapping in. Thanks again. It's going to be the same time tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and jump on again. We're going to be doing this every single day, guys, every single day for the rest of this month. We're going to be talking about different topics and different subjects out there. You know, how to leverage your business credit, money mindset, entrepreneurship. Also, if you guys have any, comments, or if you have any suggestions, join in on the live. Share this to friends and family members. Don't, let's not gatekeep here, right? But if you want to know, again, the bank on how to be able to, the bank that will go ahead and allow you to receive this $50,000 of funding by following the 4 steps that I shared with you today, DM me the word funding on any platform, and I'll give you access to our school community where you'll be able to go ahead and learn what this bank is, and you'll be able to go ahead and secure this bag to take yourself to the next level. All right. So drop your comments below. Let's continue this conversation tomorrow, guys. Remember, your credit is your blueprint to financial success. So make sure you guys use it wisely. And I'm going to catch you on the flip side. All right. Take care.